Warning, this podcast contains coarse language and graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi everybody, this is Jessie.
In April.
And this is Murder and Things, a true crime podcast. How is everybody? How are you?
Marvellous under this doona.
I know. So this week's episode is being filmed in my room and April is just loving being under my Minky blanket like, fuck yeah.
This is where I'm staying.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I feel right, Jess.
You feel right?
I feel right.
Oh, that's what, okay.
Yes.
Oh, Lord, help us.
So, bedtime story. Fill me in on this motherfucker. Where were we at?
So let's do bedtime stories. So this is the final part to the Gacy trilogy.
God, it feels like such a long-ass slog.
I know. I'm so glad this is over. Like,
such first world problems. We're only reading about it, but anyway.
I know. Like, if I drank, I'd be drinking at the end of this in celebration of, like, just the ending alone.
Yes.
But, yeah. Anyway, so we're going to just literally start off from where the second one ended, which was him being a total dick, being at the police station and being all like, oh, I don't know where Priest is. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. I'm a fucking twat face. And
is it blah, 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 blah?
Yeah, pretty much. You know,
okay.
He's there saying that he doesn't know shit. You know, I didn't know nothing. I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing.
And nothing tells me nothing around here.
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
Okay.
So he's there doing a statement on his whereabouts on that day and why he was at the chemist and all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the part 2 if you want to hear the full side. Anyway, so he's there at the police station and the police, like, seriously are just like, okay, Gacy, whatever you say, champ, buddy, pal, dude, wake up.
At this point, are they still believing that he's innocent and the upstanding citizen?
Fuck no.
I can't remember.
No, they're just, like, real sus on him.
They don't know what's going on, but they're suspect as fuck on this mofo.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So the Des Plaines police suspect that Gacy might be holding Priest against his will at Gacy's house.
Oh, they don't know about the others yet.
No, this is still
right.
This is
See,
still
I
it.
got confused.
I know you do.
Shut up.
It's okay.
Stay under the blanket.
See, I'll come out when they're all gone.
That's the one. All right, continue telling me.
So the Des Plaines police obtain a warrant to search Gacy's house on the 13th of December, right? Mm-hmm. So that's, you know, they're going to go, they're doing their thing. In this search, right, they find at Gacy's property, they come up with several suspicious items, which include police badges, a 6mm starter pistol,
mm-hmm.
in his office drawer, right? That's, by itself.
What, the starter pistol?
Yeah. It's like a barrette or something. Starter pistol. I know I'm saying it wrong, but I really don't give a
Bruschetta. I don't know.
Yeah, bruschetta, starter pistol.
I could eat again.
Oh my God. We just ate dinner.
I know.
Jesus. Okay. And that was found in a drawer in the office.
Okay.
Of Gacy's house.
Beretta.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Mm. A syringe and hypercopic, you know what? Big ass fucking needles, all right?
Show me the word. I can't see it that far away.
It's okay. Don't even worry.
Minky Doona's in the way.
I know. It's okay. Some big ass fucking needles are found.
Hypodermic?
That's it.
Yeah.
Big ass fucking needle.
Big ass needle.
Mm-hmm. We're just going to go big ass needle because Jess can't fucking read her own writing.
Okay.
Yeah. Needles in the cabinet of his bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Investigators also found handcuffs and books on homosexuality and a lot of other nasty shit. You know, like there was porno movies, emerald nitrate tablets, and they also found the the 18-inch dildo, which is 46 centimeters, and a 39-inch or 99 centimeters dildo. But then they also found a 2x4 with 2 holes drilled in each end. Now this is the rack that we talked about in the second podcast. So they found that. And they found just lots of just like antihistamines. They found bottles of Valium. They found chloroform. They found several driver's licenses, right, found in the northwest bedroom of his house. A blue hooded like winter jacket, which belonged to one of the victims that was later like, oh yeah, that's what he was wearing on his last day that he was seen, on top of a toolbox in his laundry room. Underwear that there was no way was going to fit that fat fuck in the bottom of his washing basket in Gacy's bathroom, which is just like evidence alone. Yeah, and in the northwest bedroom, investigators found a class of 1975 Maine West High School ring with the engraved initials JAS, which later revealed the ring. They also recovered a Nissan Pharmacy photo receipt from a trash can and also a 36-inch or 91-centimeter section of nylon rope in the bin as well. Sus much. They're just going hard, right? So the Des Plaines police confiscate Gacy's phone and one of his work trucks because they're like,
His phone?
Yeah, his mobile. Not his mobile. It was like a thing, pager or something.
Pager?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so they took all this shit from him. They also assigned two men surveillance teams to monitor Gacy in like 12-hour shifts, you know. They did this while they continued to investigate his background and, you know, his potential involvement with the disappearance of Price, because they still are convinced and hoping that he's just missing and that he's not dead,
really dead
in the river, but, you know, whatever. The surveillance teams were 4 officers. There was Mike Albrecht, David Hatchmeister. I feel like that's wrong, but we're just going to go with it. It sounds kind of gangster. Ronald Robertson. That sounds very like white picket fence. And Robert Schwartz. We're just going to go with that. After they searched his house and set up the surveillance teams, they got a call from Michael Rossi, who informed the investigators of the disappearance of Gregory Gwintz and the fact that another PMD employee, Chris Hatchelou, had been found drowned in the river, in the Des Plaines River, earlier in that year. The investigators on the 15th of December got more details of Gacy's criminal background. They were informed of the report that Jeffrey Rignall had done in regards to Gacy luring him into his car, chloroforming him, raping him, and torturing him before dumping him in the Lincoln Park the next day, leaving his like face and chest with chemical burns from the chloroform and rectal bleeding. Like, that is just hella fucked up. They also interviewed Gacy's ex-wife, parents of the missing teens, and of like the teens that worked with him. They found out the high school ring belonged to John Allen Skitz, and also Skitz's mother revealed that a few items that belonged to him, to her son, was also missing, including a TV set that was found later at Gacy's house in like one of the rooms. Like, he just was like, oh, cool, it's mine now. Like,
okay.
Fuck off.
That's not weird.
No, of course not. No. So while the investigators are putting the case together, Gacy starts getting really cocky because at this point there's, you know, he's got the police there, and at the start he was all like, they're after me, they're harassing me, like, you know, I'm a victim, like crocodile tears. But then after a while, he started to get really cocky with them. Like, he was like, do you want to come in? inviting him into his house. They were, you know, planning, like, he would go out and take photos of them.
That's a bit of a dick thing.
And, like, wave at them and then tell them, like, where he was going and, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, he's just being such a douche. And, you know, he'd go around and act like he was untouchable because he had police following him all the time. You know, he'd be like, oh, yeah, whatever, I'm totally gangster, look at me, fucking loser. And he'd buy them, like, meals and stuff. If he went to any restaurants and stuff, he would buy them.
Yeah, just to be a douchebag.
Yeah, he'd buy them food and stuff like that. Be like, oh, come and sit with me. Don't sit over there. I'd be like, fucking. Yeah. And, like, yeah, he'd let them know if he was going anywhere, like, he'd tell them what's going on. But then he would also be really dicky and just drive around town and go to, like, really random places just to piss them off.
Yeah.
And, you know, he thought it was heaps of fun and everything. But after a little while they were, you know, building up their case and everything, he started to spiral, probably be the best way to put it.
What, as in cockiness or?
Like, I think it was starting to get to him because it was like, oh, shit, like, they've not leaving me alone.
Yeah.
You know, he still wants to do, like, his, like, rape murder thing, and he can't do it while he's got the police on his back. Like, he can't. And, you know, he's starting to freak out.
Fair enough.
So he starts drinking a lot. Like, he just suddenly becomes drunk all the fucking time. He starts driving crazy. He's just off his face on Valium. Like,
okay.
You know, it's really starting to go a bit crazy. Now, just keep in mind that from when he got interviewed about Pierce's disappearance to his arrest, it's like about 2 weeks at the most. It's pretty full on, right? Now, I don't know why they didn't shoot him, but, you know, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, he starts spiraling and, you know, doing all that stuff. And the police had to stay on him because they were, besides just watching him because they're like, you're sus, we're building up shit on you and everything, they were also concerned that he would commit suicide, to be like, and I'm gone.
And then no one would know anything.
Yeah. Or it'd be too late to, you know. So they had to, you know, make sure of it. But they also, you know, they would park in his driveway with the lights on and just sit there and antagonize him, which I don't blame in this one.
No,
I don't blame at all. Yeah, and on the 20th, now keep in mind, while he's spiraling, the investigators, behind the scenes at the police station are building this case, and they are still talking to staff. They're talking to his friends, his family, they're talking to everyone to build this case up and to get a second warrant for his arrest.
Yeah.
And to search his house.
Okay.
All right. They're building up on it. So on the 20th of December, right, Gacy has a meeting with his lawyers. Now, this meeting, right, because he filed for a civil lawsuit against the Des Plaines police for harassment. And he had to go and appear in court on the 22nd of December to do this, to charge them, to sue them. So he was here. He met with his lawyers for this to see how everything was going in the process and all of that stuff. He turned up drunk off his ass, so fucking paranoid, so just like they were like, what is going on? Like, he was really distressed. He was just, I can't do it, you know? And he's all over the place, and he asked them for a drink. So while they're getting him a drink, his lawyers ask him, like, what did he want to discuss? Like, what's going on with him? Gacy picked up the Daily Herald off his lawyer's desk and point to the front page article, which covers the disappearance of Robert Pierce. As he says to them and points at it, he goes, "This boy is dead. He is in the river."
Okay.
All right. His lawyers are like, the fuck? How much have you had to drink? Like, for real, you know? Gacy then begins to go on this rambling confession that went on all night and through to the next day. He began by saying, "I was the judge, the jury, and the executioner of many, many people. He then confessed everything to his lawyers.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Every little detail. Goddamn. So his lawyers just couldn't believe it, right? They just, what the fuck? Yeah. So he confessed every single detail, how he did it, where the bodies were, and everything. Gacy dismissed his victims as male prostitutes, hustlers, and liars, to whom he gave the rope trick to. Like, fuck him.
Jesus.
Yeah. Like, fuck him. That's that. Yep. Glad that fucker's dead. So, because he was drunk and out of it, and he was up all night talking and confessing, and it was like, oh my God, all overwhelming, he fell asleep. But once he finished talking to them, he just got up and went into the next room and fell asleep on the couch.
Okay.
Took a nap. So while he's napping, his lawyers make an appointment to see a psychologist because they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this motherfucker done fucked up.
Yeah. So Gacy, after his nap, he wakes up and they've made the appointment for 9 a.m. the next morning, so 21st. And Gacy goes, fuck no. Like, I didn't say shit. What are you talking about? And they're like, you literally confessed to killing 33 people.
Wow.
Like, you confessed it sitting here drunk. Like, what? And they really pushed it as much as possible to have him, like, talk to somebody. But he was like, no, I can't even think about that right now. I've got things I've got to do. And he leaves. Now, his lawyers are like, what? What the fuck? So he leaves. Gacy states that he remembered that the memories he has of his last day of freedom was hazy, adding he knew that he was going to be arrested anytime now. Like, it was happening.
Jesus.
Like, he knew. He's like, this is it. So yeah, once he left his lawyers, he drove to a gas station to refill because they took his car. So he's in a rental. So he's refilling the rental.
Yeah.
While this is happening, his lawyers are ringing the police.
Okay.
Now, they can't breach, was it confidentiality? Yeah. And they say to him, block him in when he's at home. Don't let him leave. We cannot discuss what goes our conversations, but don't let him leave.
Wow, okay.
Right? So that's his lawyers being like, the fuck?
Jeez.
Yep. Yeah, he's at the petrol station. The police are still following him. Like, they're still doing their thing. He's just still spiraling. Once he fills his car up, he walks to the attendant and hands the attendant a small bag of weed. Does a drug deal right in front of the police.
What the hell is going on in that brain?
Yeah. While this is happening, he leaves, not before saying to the attendant, the end is coming from me. These guys are going to kill me. He gets in his car and he drives away. The attendant hands the officers the weed and repeats this and goes, what the fuck? And then he goes. And they go, they ring, they tell their people, they get informed of the previous...
He's fairly unraveled at this.
Oh, he is just spiraling. Now, the scene I get in my head when I read this and wrote this was in the movie The Good Guys towards the end, where they're driving and there's a police helicopter above them and they're so fucking out of it. It's such a good movie, guys. Seriously.
The Good Guys.
The Goodfellas.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love that movie. It's one of my favorite fucking movies. I love it. So they're driving around doing drug deals, got guns, like doing all of that stuff. And there's a police helicopter tracking them. And old mate is so fucking paranoid about this police helicopter. But later they get raided and he goes to jail. But it just cracks me up. The scene of him driving around and being so paranoid and out of it just reminds me of this.
Okay.
Like, that was like the scene I had in my head as I was reading it. I'm like, oh my God, it sounds like this.
Just like that. Yep.
Anyway, so yeah. So he's driving around. Now, Gacy becomes suicidal. He's got a gun with him.
Yeah.
He's literally driving around, right, with a gun to his chin, praying for death.
Jesus.
The police are watching this.
That's a might bit hectic.
Yeah. So they decide, fuck it, we're going to arrest him for possession and distributing weed, and so they can hold him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, let's just fucking do this.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know? Because he's already trying to be suicidal and shit, you know, like, we can't fucking have that.
Oh, no.
Mm-mm. So while this is happening, the second search warrant is being approved and they're getting ready, like it's going down.
Okay.
All right. Yellow timber. Anyway, so once the second search warrant is fully approved, the police told Gacy what was going to happen and that they were going to go search his crawl space for the body of Pierce. Gacy states that his body isn't there, but confessed to killing a young man in self-defense, and his body is buried under his garage. Now, that was his first victim.
Okay.
All right, so he's confessing to his first victim.
Okay. In self-defense, though, Jess.
Yeah, well, he thought his victim was going to, like, stab him, but he didn't. He was making him breakfast.
You know what?
Then when Gacy realized, he shit himself and was like, well, fuck.
Well, I might as well just kill 32 other people.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
Because he just, like, the bloodlust.
Jeez.
I'm glad he's dead.
Mm.
So he confessed to one. So,
That's good.
yeah, you know, I guess. I don't fucking know. Probably not. Like, fuck him. Anyway, okay. So, armed with the search warrant, the investigators and evidence techs went to Gacy's house.
Mm-hmm.
Once they arrived, they seen that Gacy, that fuckstain, had unplugged the sump pump and flooded the fucking crawl space. Like, that is some petty shit.
Wouldn't that just make it easier to dig, though, if it's soft?
No, but it was flooded. They had to wait.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So they replaced the sump pump and let it dry. Sort of taken a little bit. He's, just straight such an asshole. Once it was all dry, an evidence tech named Daniel Genty went into the crawl space. He started digging, and almost straight away he uncovered putrefied flesh.
Ew.
And a human arm bone.
Ew.
Mm-hmm. Genty shouted out to the investigators that they could charge Gacy with murder, and adding, "I think this place is full of kids."
Oh, no.
Like, how fucked is that?
That would be such a hard thing.
Fuck yeah.
Little bones.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
They're like 14 and 12 and then all the way up to like 26. But majority were like...
He's one fucked up dude.
Mm-hmm. So a police photographer jumped into the crawl space too and started digging at the north end.
Yep, okay.
So he started at one, the started at another.
Other.
The photographer guy, I don't have a name for him, so I'm just going to call it the...
Photographer.
Yeah, but old mate. You're going to call him old mate. Champo.
All
so
right.
Champo started digging and he uncovered another bone. And we're like, shouted that out that he found another one. So then they started to dig together at the south, I think it was like southeast corner.
Mm-hmm.
And they found 2 lower leg bones. The victims were too decomposed to be priests. So they're like, okay, well, this isn't him because it's, you know. As the crime scene techs kept digging, more and more bodies started to become uncovered.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And it was like, oh, here's a skull. Oh, here's a rib cage. Oh, here's a femur. Here's this. Here's that.
Here's another skull.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
They're having just...
So, okay, at this stage, they haven't found the kid yet, but they found all the bones.
Yeah.
Right, now they're realising that there's a heap of kids under here.
Like, holy fuck.
But they haven't found the one kid they're actually looking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when Gacy is told what they have found at his home, he tells the officers, I want to clear the air. He waives his Miranda rights and confesses to everything. Just word vomits, right?
Mm.
And he even draws them a map of where the bodies are.
Oh, wow.
And then tells them that there are 5 boys in the Des Plaines River because he ran out of room under his house.
Oh, shit.
And one of them is Robert Priest. So remember the night...
I was hoping he was just tied up somewhere.
Yeah, I know. They all hope that. So remember the night at the end of part 2, he had to go in and make a statement of his whereabouts and movements when Robert first went missing.
Yes.
And he turned up at he rung at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he turned up and was like, oh, I was in an accident. I'm covered in mud. I'm going home. Well, he actually was in an accident, but what had happened was he had gone and thrown Robert into the river that night. So when they spoke to him, so when they spoke to him about him, Robert was in his attic, dead. So he moved him from the attic to his car, and that's what the police were seeing, was witnessing that. And then they didn't follow him. They went back to the police station, and then they started their investigation. They followed him. They would have caught him.
All they do the one follow.
Yeah, but they didn't know.
No, they didn't.
They didn't know.
They themselves.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, he actually was in a small car accident because he slid off the road, on ice-covered road. He slid off and had to get his car towed. Yeah. So he was all covered in mud from that. Yeah. But that's fucked up. But yeah, so that's that one. Okay, so now we're going to talk about his trial and how that went down. All right. Okay. So Gacy was brought to trial on February the 6th, 1980. He was facing 33 murder charges. He was tried in Cook County. Before the trial, Gacy underwent many medical and counseling appointments by his lawyers because they wanted to prove that he was insane. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. He tried to convince them that he had multiple personality disorder. Okay. He claimed he had 5 personalities.
As you do, I guess.
There's the hard worker. There's the civil-minded contractor, the clown, the active politician, and the policeman called Jack Handley, whom he referred to as Bad Jack.
Bad Jack.
No, naughty. All right. Gacy claimed that all his crimes were done by Jack. Jack hated homosexuality, and he viewed male prostitutes as weak, stupid, and degraded scum. Gacy's lawyers opted to have Gacy plead not guilty by reason of insanity to the charges against him.
So he's not him, he's Jack, and Jack's doing all the weird creepy.
So Jack should be charged, but not Gacy.
How does that work when they're in the same body?
Shit happens too fucking bad. Shit like that makes me so mad because this fucker was not. He was fine. It wasn't
just making a mockery of mental health.
Exactly.
All right, I'm with you.
See what I mean? I just fucking hate people. I fucking hate people.
This minty blanket is making me want to nap.
Don't do that. We're fucking recording here.
I know. If you hear some later on, it's because I'm snoring under the blanket.
All right.
It's very comfy.
I know. So, because his lawyers are he's crazy and unstable, and the other side are fucking bullshit, he's sane and in control. Yep. I vote bullshit. Both sides went back and forth and brought witnesses in, medical experts, all that stuff. Some employees testified against him about how they had to dig holes in his fucking crawl space.
Wow.
Yeah. Also that some of his employees had to go down and sprinkle the quicklime. Yeah. Over his crawl space in the ground, had to get in under there and do it because he would tell them to go and do it.
Wow.
What the fuck?
That's creepy. It'd smell bad down there, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And then on February the 18th, Robert Stein took to the stand stating that all the bodies uncovered from Gacy's crawl space were muchly decomposed, putrefied and skeletonized remains. And all the autopsies he performed, 13 victims had died by
esophagus asphyxiation.
Thank you. 6 were strangulation. 1 had multiple stab wounds to the chest, and 10 were undetermined. Oh. Yeah. Now, here we go. These are his victims that came forward, that he let go in his cruising phase. So, Jeffrey Rignall testified on the behalf of the defense on February 21st. He recalled what Gacy had done to him. Jeffrey wept while he described how Gacy tortured him in March of 1978. While being cross-examined in regards to the torture, Jeffrey vomited and was excused from the court.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And another victim came forward and testified, Ronald Voorhees, on February the 29th, who was sexually assaulted in 1967. Besides being raped, Voorhees was beaten and fucking pepper sprayed. Maced in the
exotic.
face.
Okay.
He felt that he couldn't continue and it was too much for him, so he stepped down off the court.
All right.
Trying to turn a page with one hand while you hold the mic in the other.
Yeah, because I'm not helping.
No, because you're a bitch.
Yes.
Okay. In the same week, Robert Donnelly testified recounting his ordeal at Gacy's hand in December of 1977. Poor Donnelly was visibly distressed as he recalled the abuse he endured and came close to breaking down a few times. This fuckstain sat there and laughed at him while he was on the stand.
Oh, that's messed up.
Like, what the fuck? And then his lawyers tried to discredit Donnelly's fucking testimony. And he was like, fuck you, this is what happened.
Yeah.
We stand with Donnelly. Gacy's trial went for about 5 weeks at the most. I feel like it should have been 24 hours, but that's just me. So it went for about 5 weeks. It took the jurors 2 hours to find him guilty of 33 charges of murder. He was found guilty of sexual assault and taking indecent liberties with a child. Both convictions were referred to Robert Pierce. His conviction of 33 murders was the most of which any person in the U.S. history had been convicted at the time.
Wow.
See, he made history. So in the sentencing phase of the trial, the jury deliberated for more than 2 hours before sentencing Gacy to death for each murder committed.
Okay.
So he sentenced you to death 33 times. His execution date was set for June the 2nd, 1980. He remained on death row, though, for 14 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because in that time, he decided that he wanted to appeal and all of that. And then I think the laws changed, so he just went on, everything got dragged out.
Okay.
Yeah. So, little bit of happiness. So Gacy was stabbed in the arm by a fellow death row inmate in 1983. Love that.
Excellent.
I had to put that in there. I felt like it was needed.
Yes.
Like, fuck you, Gacy.
Yes.
Okay, so on the morning of May the 9th, 1994, Gacy was moved from death row at the Maynard Correctional Center to Stateville Correctional Center in Chest Hill, where he was allowed a private picnic on the prison grounds with his family for his last meal.
Oh, wow.
Like, listen to what he ordered.
I bet it's weird shit.
It fucking is. So remember how his ex-wife...
KFC?
Yep. He ordered a bucket of KFC, fresh strawberries, a Diet Coke, French fries, and a dozen fried prawns.
Okay.
So shrimp for my American folk.
Ah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
That's interesting. A bucket of chicken, strawberries,
Diet Coke.
and fried prawns.
And French fries.
And chips.
Yeah.
Well.
And then, like, literally, I think it was like 1 minute into being or it might have been. Anyway. Yeah, that was his final meal. And then on the 10th of May, 1994, Gacy was executed.
How'd they do it?
Lethal injection. Now, get this right. That was a fuck up.
What?
The chemicals or whatever, so they've got him, he's on the bed or whatever, and he's ready.
He's strapped in.
He's strapped in. He's not strapped on, but he's strapped in.
Indeed.
So the chemicals fucked up the IV, it was like a wrong mixture or something. So they had to go in, redo everything. It took like 10 minutes.
Oh.
And then they had to do it again. The whole ordeal from start to finish and him dying and being pronounced dead took 18 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I'd been like, just give me a gun.
I had great pleasure in shooting at him.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to hear what his last words were?
Go on.
Kiss my ass.
Wow. He had no remorse, nothing. He was a bad egg from the get-go.
Yeah. And outside of the prison, there was a crowd estimated over 1,000 gathered and cheered when he was executed.
Yeah.
I would totally fucking be there.
Wow, it's been hectic.
Yeah. That is the life of John Wayne Fuckstain. Yep, that's what he's going to be called.
It's very hectic.
Yeah.
Like, how?
You can't sit there and say, I have multiple personalities, I'm insane, and then be your final words, be kiss my ass.
Well, that's exactly right.
Like, what?
But, like, okay, let's look at it this way. Okay,
Like,
so
what?
You got this house, you got all the dead bodies in the house.
Like his neighbour, right? Okay, sorry. When they did the first search warrant, his neighbour come over and was like, what's up? What he's doing? They're like, we can't discuss this. And they're like, he's got a crawl space in an attic that's not on the map, like on the blueprint.
So you playing at home.
And they're like, what? And then he's like, yeah. So the fact that his neighbours, we were like, yeah, he's fucking weird.
Probably like, yeah, this dude's a weirdo.
But like, wow, your neighbours dogged you out.
Well, I mean, I don't blame them for that.
No, I don't. I'd be like...
But how are you not scared of all the haunted stuff that's going to happen in your house now all these dead kids are in there?
Yeah, obviously he doesn't care.
Like, I mean, that alone would spook me out.
Obviously he doesn't care.
Yeah.
But, like, they demolished his house the next year.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I think that's best.
Yeah. I don't know if it's, like, just a random open lot or if there's another house there, but I know it got demolished. Like, I think it was, like... a year after Gacy was arrested, or if it was like a year after he had died.
Yeah.
I know it was 12 months after something. I think it was after he was arrested. Because they're like, yeah, we're not going back to this.
So is he like the worst serial killer, or is there others?
There's others.
Ugh.
But like, he's up there.
What made you pick him?
He literally just kind of like popped up.
Was it the soulless smile and the clown suit? Because that scares the shit out of me. He has nothing behind them eyes, and it is creepy as fuck.
I know.
Just, ugh.
No, I don't know. I think it just kind of like popped up.
Well, that's creepy as well.
And I was like, well, obviously I meant to do this case. So, yeah, I did it. Well, we did it.
I've just laid under a Mickey blanket for a lot of it. It's been interesting.
To say the least.
And there's been so many near misses by the cops. Like, how the fuck did you not pick that up?
There is a lot of near misses by cops in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and you're just like...
Like, they had DNA testing back then, didn't they?
What the fuck?
I'm trying to remember what decades they didn't have it.
It was way later.
Okay.
But, like...
Yeah.
I got nothing.
No.
I don't know. I think it was, it's just... People were a lot more willing and just, like, happy to be like, oh, yeah, I'll just get in this car. And, yeah, we'll just,
Well, yeah.
Could you imagine now having some dude go, oh, you look like you need another job and I can offer you more money.
Yeah, but the downside for that dude is that it's probably going to be posted on Twitface or Instabook, whatever the fuck.
I know,
the kids
that's what I'm
use
saying.
these
Like,
days.
now it's so
it would be near
different.
impossible to kidnap a child.
I know, and you know what? And
Don't try, but, like, fuck.
I'm so happy for that,
Yeah.
though. Like,
Oh,
for real.
fuck yeah.
Like, oh my god.
And, like, every second person, like, I track
could you
and
imagine?
you can track me.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, we stalk each other. But, like, could you imagine if someone came into our hometown like this? They would literally not last.
No.
Like, they would get taken out back and dealt with really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, our little hometown is so tight-knit, and any fucking outsiders, everyone is so sus on them. Like, you feel bad once you know them. But for, like, those first little bit, we're like, who the fuck is this? Do you know who are they related? Are they family? No, then who is this?
Yes.
You need to be interrogated. You need to be background checked. And if you are not approved, you are known about
the
it.
locals over with his I want to say charms and
Yeah, he was they
gifts
classified
of
him.
niceness and whatever else he fucking did. But he did enough to get into the good graces of everybody.
No, he was a politician.
Well,
Sort of.
I mean,
Sort of. He was in the parties.
Righto.
I don't trust the government. They're all dodgy.
That's a whole other podcast.
Fuck yeah.
So, nah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I got nothing. Like, fuck. I'm glad that shit's over.
It was very heavy. There was a lot of darkness in that one. I think it's just because it had kids involved.
Yeah, well, shit with kids, it's always
Fucked up. What do you want to do for the next one?
Thinking a cult.
Is there a cult that worships puppies? I wish to do something bright.
There's nothing bright about murder, my G.
The cult of the eternal cupcake. It murders calories.
Yes. I like that. Yeah. We need to do that.
It's just sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah. Well, there's no, like, we could do, like, a top 10.
Of?
I don't know. Maybe...
What were you talking about the other week? You talk about, like, all the weird shit you've read about people's last meals.
I was literally just thinking that.
We should do that as a top 10. Like, do your top 10 weirdest shit you found as people's last meals.
Yeah, we could do that.
And maybe alternate last meals and last words.
I was literally just thinking that.
You know.
Great minds think alike, boo.
Ah.
Woo!
Woo.
All right, well, we might do that.
And is there any significant holidays coming up?
Mother's Day.
Maybe not do Mother's Day murders. But, I mean... because that'll be dark, because it'll be mothers, like, drowning their children. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Although I see the light bulb going off in your head right now. Oh, you're going to make me talk about dead babies.
No,
do that.
I'm not. Let's talk about crazy parents.
Yeah!
What happened? They pissed me the fuck off.
Yes. Well, there's some ideas for you.
Yeah. Either if it's not any of them, it'll be a cult. Mom does not want me to do cult. She's like, no, because they're real. And I'm like, these people we're talking about are real.
Don't do a cult because it's real, but you can talk about these people.
The logic.
I don't know where the logic... Okay.
The logic of Mama Bear cracks me up.
What cults are... Oh, I don't even know what cult. Are we talking like the Ku Klux Klan, or is that
Fuck no.
Is that just like a religious group?
That's a
weird?
Religious fucktard scum.
Like what is it? The West Boroughs Baptist Church, the ones that just hate everybody?
Yeah, that's
like... Okay, so cult, we're talking about like what?
So we could do like... Because cult and... Okay, so I'm going to just like put this the fuck out there. In my opinion, and I agree with Spencer Henry, cult leader, listen to that mofo. He's amazing. Cults and religions are really nothing different, in my opinion.
Nothing different or very different?
Then
the same? Or
they're the fucking same.
Yeah.
All cults are religious based.
Okay.
Someone is always a prophet of God.
Jenny Craig.
Well, that's another one. You can do cults like that side of cults, and then you can do cults as in like franchising business sites, which I whatever with.
We better not name any businesses that we know of that we both feel that are like that.
Yeah, because they gotta fucking sue us.
We'll get in trouble.
I got no money, so no, not today.
No.
But there's a lot of like.
Are we talking like the weird witches in the deep south that have their little?
Yeah, I don't want to get fucking black magic on my ass.
Well.
No, I'm talking like
Crossroads demons.
No, what I'm talking about is like the Jonestowns. Where
who?
Yeah, don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh, is
mofo.
that where that comes from? I always thought that was just like, stay woke and shit.
No, yeah, well,
whatever.
You stay woke, but just don't
follow the pack, sheep.
Yeah, don't do none of that. Do you, boo? But like, don't drink the Kool-Aid, G.
It tastes good.
No, I said, oh no, oh no, oh yeah. No, well, yeah, I don't know. We might
Jonestown. No, you can't just leave it there. You need to give me something.
No, but that's next week. Tagline. What?
Oh, man, you're going to make me wait.
You're going to wait, my G, like everybody else.
Okay, fine.
If you Google it, I'm going to be really
pissed. Is this the mob that did the drink the thing and they're all going to like die and go up a level, but they just die?
They all think that.
Is that them?
It's like Zoltan. Like, come on.
Zoltan.
I just instantly, when we do that, I think of Finding Nemo and being like, shark bait, ooh, ha, ha.
It's true that shark bait, ooh, ha, ha.
That's right.
Is that a cult?
Yes. I'm down to be in a cult with shark bait.
Okay, that's fine. You gotta go over what the bubbled.
The Ring of Fire.
That's it, the Ring of Fire.
The Ring of Fire.
The Ring of Fire. Oh my god.
I fucking love it. I love it. Yeah, okay, so we'll probably do cults, and I'll probably do the Jonestown, which we're meant to, like, really leave this kind of shit in suspense and surprise, but we're just really fucking that up by telling people.
Well, okay, is there other weird ones? Is Scientology a cult?
It's a religion, so yeah.
Mm.
But again, I don't want to be sued by Tom Cruise, thank you.
He can fight me.
Yeah, his short ass can fight me.
I reckon I could take him.
I bet I'm taller than him.
That too.
And I'm a short ass.
I want wheels on my feet, my shoes. That is a whole other fucking subject that I'm disappointed I didn't know about.
Bro, I didn't know that you could have adult wheelies, okay?
Yeah, well,
Heelys.
Whatever.
Don't be hating me because I didn't know. We'll have to, like, eBay that motherfucker.
Yes.
Next podcast, we have got Heelys and we are just going up and down the hallway like children.
Well, I think, eventually my Ugg boot lights are going to die, so I need something else.
Yeah, I can, yeah. Oh, Lord help me. Okay, I'm going to go because she's hiding more under my fucking blanket every time we talk. So, okay, so we'll see you guys next week. We hope you enjoyed the trilogy of Fuckstain, and yeah, no, he doesn't even deserve a full name. It's Fuckstain. I don't give a fuck.
With the dead eyes.
That's right, Fuckstain with the dead eyes. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed the trilogy, and us just dribbling shit for the past, like, I feel like 20 minutes, but it was so not that. It's like maybe 5. Yeah, we guys see you next week, and yeah, all that jazz.
Act surprised when we talk about Jonestown.
I know. Oh, you know what? You guys better act surprised and be like, oh my god.
How are we going to know though? We're not going to.
Doesn't matter.
Just
we'll feel
5 listeners that we have.
Yeah.
5 listeners.
I'll see them at work.
I know. Oh, I sent it to Toby while he's on the boat in case he gets bored. So hello if you're listening.
Hi, Toby. All right, y'all. Have
and
a good
Uncle
week.
Gareth.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, and Uncle Gareth.
Yeah. Have fun.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.